Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News podcast for Friday, April 4th, 2026. I'm here to break down all the major market moves from yesterday so you can make informed decisions and stay ahead of the curve. Let's start with a quick check on the indexes. The S&P 500 slipped 0.5%, closing at 4,960. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down 0.2%, ending at 38,210. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq underperformed, dropping just over 1% to land at 15,680. Our spotlight today is on Tesla. A quarterly earnings miss and soaring inventory levels signal turbulence in the EV sector. We'll dive into what that means for investors and look at other major movers across tech, industry, and global markets. First up, Tesla is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The company reported deliveries of just over 358,000 vehicles for the first quarter, a modest increase of 6% year over year. But here's the problem. Production far outpaced sales, with more than 408,000 vehicles rolling off the line. That's a stockpile of 50,000 unsold Teslas, raising concerns about demand and profitability. Shares reacted swiftly, dropping nearly 7% in after-hours, trading to around $171. For investors, this signals increased risk in the EV space and could trigger price competition across the sector. Switching gears to tech, the broader Nasdaq continued to slide, down more than 1% on concerns over stretched valuations and fading momentum in large-cap growth names. In particular, chip makers led declines as investors rotated out of high-flying AI stocks. Nvidia fell almost 4%, closing at $820, amid fears of peaking demand. In economic news, new jobless claims rose to 276,000, slightly above expectations. That's signaling a modest cooling in the labor market, potentially easing pressure on the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates further. The yield on the 10-year Treasury note fell to 4.15%, and traders increased bets on a rate pause at the next Fed meeting. On the industrial front, Boeing rebounded from recent lows, climbing 2.5% to $182. The move followed reports of upcoming leadership changes aimed at stabilizing the company's production woes and restoring market confidence. Globally, China's BYD remained a fierce competitor to Tesla, delivering over 700,000 vehicles in the first quarter, though that includes hybrids. Their full electric sales were just behind Tesla, highlighting intensifying competition in the global EV race. To recap, markets pulled back across the board on Thursday with tech leading losses. Tesla's bloated inventories and declining deliveries added pressure to the EV sector, while chip stocks and economic data fanned recession worries. Looking ahead, keep an eye on the upcoming job report and CPI inflation data next week, which could set the tone for Fed policy and the broader equity market. That's your market wrap for April 4th. Be sure to subscribe and follow us for all the latest market moves and analysis. Thanks for tuning in, and have a successful trading day.